Hey YouTube, the Vikings are playing the Packers, and it's a division rival, and grrr, and Packers suck, and all that general kind of stuff. Yeah, I love when the Vikings beat the Packers, but I don't actually hate anyone, so it's sort of hard for me to get fired up in some of the more traditional ways. I'm not going to spit and cuss in this video, but I am going to say the Vikings are definitely going to pound on the Packers, and it ain't going to be pretty, and booyah. So there you go. A couple of thoughts on last week's game against the 49ers. Okay, so the last play, the miracle play, made me very happy, and it was awesome to get the win, and I jumped up and down and accidentally woke up my baby. So yeah, that was cool, but then when I stopped to think about it, I came to the conclusion that I'm reading a lot on the internet that says, why did Minnesota need that miracle finish just to win that game? It was at home. It was against the 49ers, who aren't yet an elite team. At least they haven't shown that. They haven't proven that. You know, why couldn't Minnesota have put that team away? A Super Bowl contender would have handled them better, faster, and would have had a comfortable lead, you know, going into the fourth quarter. So that was a reason to be negative about the Vikings. But I've thought about some more, and I've taken a closer look, and here's the conclusion I've come to. I look at the first half of the game, and really the Vikings took it to the 49ers pretty good. They outgained them with rushing and passing. The defense was holding them dead. The 49ers didn't convert a third down all day long, despite 11 tries. But even just in the first half, I mean, Minnesota's defense looked good, Minnesota's offense looked good, and remember, the last play of the half was a blocked field goal that was returned by the 49ers for a touchdown. So that's 3 points Minnesota didn't get, and 7 that San Francisco did get, for a 10-point swing total. 14-13 49ers at the half. Should have been 16-7 Vikings at the half. Now, I say should have been. Fair's fair. That's the way the game is played, and 49ers did a good job being opportunistic and taking advantage of that and using it to hang around until the last play of the game, pretty much. So, I'm not saying that isn't fair, but rookie right tackle Phil Loadholt missed his guy on the special teams assignment for that kick, and that's one player making one play that was a 10-point difference for the Vikings going into halftime. So, and I'm sure Phil Loadholt does not watch my videos or knows anyone that does, but just in case he happens to listen or anyone who knows him is listening, I'm really happy with Loadholt's play. I wanted Michael Oher in the draft, but the Vikings took Percy Harvin instead and then grabbed Loadholt to be the tackle in round 2, and he's doing a great job. He's big, he's a run blocker, he's a mauler, he's smart, he's learning. It reminds me of McKinney, which is a compliment. So, you know, rookies make mistakes, and you're in the league and I'm not, so hey, hats off to you. That said, during that one play, he did make a rookie mistake, and that's how close the game was to being a lot different, I think. If that field goal goes in and that's halftime, I think the second half looks different than it did. So, that said, the Vikings beat the Lions by 14 on the road, and they beat the Browns by 14 on the road, who aren't great teams. But then at home, they took it to the 49ers and had a very good first half. So I think that this is a good team. I think the Packers have a lot of talent. I think Aaron Rodgers is very promising. Greg Jennings and Donald Driver, there's no denying that they are a scary wide receiver duo. And even Ryan Grant, who's sort of a running back, looked great sometimes, hasn't looked great lately. He never gets stuffed against Minnesota. It always feels like he finds at least some success. So, you know, it's a bit of a scary game in some ways for the Vikings. That new defense that the Packers are rocking has had some success, but I look at their offensive line, which is letting people sack Aaron Rodgers like it's going out of style, and then I look at Minnesota's defensive line. I just don't see the Packers establishing any offense in this game. Now, I see some scenarios where the game could go either way, but in my honest and I'm sure biased opinion, the Vikings should trounce the Packers. The Packers should have a very difficult time running the ball, and an even more difficult time giving Aaron Rodgers enough time to pass, especially a deep ball. And that's what their offense runs on. They need a few big plays, it seems like, to have a successful game. And Minnesota's secondary is beatable, but Minnesota's defensive line, and especially the linebackers and the blitz packages that Wesley Frazier comes up with, are going to be pressuring Aaron Rodgers, and it's going to be hard to make the passing play go. That's why I think the Vikings are going to stomp all over the Packers. I've got a lot of respect for some of the Packers fans that post videos on YouTube, but it's division week, it's hate week, so grrr, and Packers are going down. So that's how I feel. Yep, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you after the game.